All right, have you seen this? The image of the Pentagon being blown up on social media? Or maybe this video of Hillary Clinton endorsing Ron DeSantis for president? I got to tell you, neither one of these are real. Experts say they were likely created using AI technology. Misleading images and fake news stories are becoming more prevalent as AI technology becomes more mainstream. So let's take a look at how to spot fake AI generated content.
Creating AI-generated content is incredibly easy. Let me show you. If I want to create a picture of a blonde woman eating an ice cream cone in Times Square, I just type a prompt into an AI generation tool like DALL-E, and about 60 seconds later, bam! 4 relatively harmless fake images of blonde women enjoying a snack. But AI-generated content is being created just as easily to spread misinformation. Like this video with manipulated audio of President Biden appearing to reinstate the draft.
The recommended way forward will be to invoke the Selective Service Act.
He never said that. And if he had, it would have made national news. Instead, it was generated using AI technology. Using these sources, including Sui Liu, director of the UB Media Forensic Lab at SUNY Buffalo, I'll show you tips on how to spot AI-generated photos, videos, and texts so you can avoid sharing potentially harmful misinformation. Here's what to look for in fake video content. Movement. Is the subject moving? If you look here at this woman's neck, you can tell that her head is moving, but her body is static. Check to see if their body language and facial expressions appear odd or robotic. This is fake video claiming to show the New York District Attorney dropping charges against former President Donald Trump. The DA's mouth and audio are clearly out of sync.
The New York District Attorney's Office, after an extensive, thorough investigation, has decided to drop all charges against Donald Trump.
Other places to look for clues that the content is fake? The background. In this new prompt, we asked for a man holding a bird in front of a sign that says "No birds here." Check for numbers or letters in the background. Are they garbled? And the hands, are they misshapen? Are there too many or not enough fingers? When it comes to spotting AI-generated audio, our expert says one of his biggest concerns is impersonations. Reports of scammers pretending to be a family member in danger and in need of money are becoming more common.
Somebody out there used an AI machine to trick my grandpa.
To avoid falling for this type of scam, our expert shared a few tips. Tip 1. Listen for breaths. A real person takes breaths when they talk, between words, and makes noises. No breaths means you're probably dealing with AI. Tip 2. Families should agree on a secret code or phrase that they use if they suspect the person on the other line isn't who they say they are. Tip 3. Hang up and call the person back who supposedly contacted you to confirm that it was actually them. Finally, there's AI-generated text. Our experts say it's the hardest to detect, so I'm going to use AI to write the next portion of my script. I'm prompting ChatGPT to write a TV news script that is 3 sentences or less, explaining why AI-generated text can be difficult to detect. So here goes. Experts warn that AI-generated text can seamlessly replicate grammar, context, and even emotional nuances, making it harder to identify red flags or distinguish real news from fabricated stories. The need for improved detection tools and critical thinking skills is becoming crucial to combat the growing threat of AI-generated misinformation. Not bad, eh? There are a few free tools that check for AI-generated text, like Undetectable AI Checker and Copy Leaks. Just drop in the text and click Check for AI. But experts say they're not 100% reliable, which we can verify. Both tools thought the AI generation portion of my script was actually written by a human.
Well, AI isn't just being used to manipulate images and voices, it's also being used for everyday jobs. A study found nearly a quarter of all jobs will be disrupted over the next 5 years, due in part to changing technology. But Nancy Chen reports it's also creating some opportunities.
Has AI changed the way you work?
It has, and I find myself using it pretty much every day.
Copywriter Guillermo Rubio credits artificial intelligence with significantly increasing his productivity.
It just makes certain things go a bit faster, like research or brainstorming ideas.
Innovation also means change. A recent Goldman Sachs report found AI services could create jobs, but also expose as many as 300 million full-time positions to automation worldwide.
Is this how grand and how dramatic of a shift that we're looking at here?
It's very powerful. AI is able to actually outperform us in learning and adapting. So that we have not seen before in any technologies.
Daniel Kuhn from Columbia Business School says the impact of AI will uniquely reach across industries.
I think these more very physical and labor-intensive jobs won't be replaced, but I think thinking, analytical, creative skill, these things are actually most exposed to AIs at the moment.
But there are also opportunities.
We know ChatGPT came on the scene in November, and it's been like wildfire ever since.
How so?
We've seen a massive uptick in posts on our platform.
Margaret Lilani is a vice president at the job search site Upwork.
It is not an or between ChatGPT and humans, it's an and.
Something Rubio has embraced.
It's kind of a situation of adapt in order to survive.
Yeah, survive and even thrive, I would say.
Thriving in a new age of technology.